Hey friends, Andy here. How you doing? Good to see ya. These days there are a ton of online banks, financial apps, and credit cards. Choosing the right one can be tough. But what if I told you there was an online platform that could do all those things in one place and do them really well? Well, as you might have guessed from the title of this video, SoFi aims to do just that. But before we dive into the full review, let's go ahead and skip to the conclusion of this video with a spoiler alert. SoFi's three offerings for spending, Money, Credit Card, and Relay, are fantastic on their own and work even better together. If you're looking for a new bank, SoFi could be all you need in one excellent platform. If you want more detail than that, then stick around for the rest of the video because I'll dive into what makes SoFi unique, what the pros and cons are, and whether you should consider banking with them or not. And if while watching you get some useful info out of this video, then please click that like button and consider subscribing to my channel where I cover all things money and would love to have you stick around. Okay, on to the review. SoFi, or Social Finance as it was known back then, was founded in 2011 by four very enterprising students from Stanford School of Business. For the first few years of their operations, SoFi only offered student loans. Eventually, they expanded into personal loans and mortgages as well, but it wasn't until the last couple of years that SoFi began introducing the features we'll be talking about today. Between 2018 and 2020, SoFi launched 5 new services: Money, Invest, a money tracking app called Relay, a credit card, and somewhere in there they also began allowing users to trade cryptocurrencies. But I'll be saving that can of delicious worms for another day. Whew, okay, so that's a lot to cover, but if you stick with me, we'll make like Tom and cruise right through them. You like that?
No.
SoFi, so fly. New tagline, SoFi. Alright, so as I previously mentioned, SoFi currently has 3 offerings under what I call their spend category. SoFi Money, which is kind of a hybrid checking savings account, the SoFi Credit Card, and SoFi Relay, which is a comprehensive money tracking tool. Let's dive right in with the first one on the list, Money. First, SoFi Money is much like other online-only banks in that they're not actually a bank at all, though they're currently working on becoming one. For now, they partner with 6 physical banks to handle your money, each of which offers up to $250,000 in FDIC insurance to protect your hard-earned cash. Interestingly, that means that if your money balance exceeds $250,000, you're still covered up to $1.5 million in total. For all you money bags out there, this is a really unique perk. And like many other online-only banks, SoFi has 0 fees for account minimums, overdrafts, or using any in-network ATMs. Speaking of which, SoFi uses Allpoint's network of more than 55,000 ATMs across the country, so you're likely never to be very far from one. That said, if you do use an out-of-network ATM, there is no reimbursement for whatever fee it charges you. Now, as Nacho Libre once said,
let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Right now, SoFi will give you $25 if you open a money account and deposit $250. As a little disclaimer, any of their promotions are subject to change, so make sure to check their site for the latest one. Anyway, if you set up a recurring direct deposit of $500 or more, you'll unlock a couple more great features. First, SoFi will give you another $75 right off the bat, no strings attached. Second, you'll increase the annual percentage yield of your account from 0.01%, which is what every account receives by default, to 0.25% on your entire balance. Of course, 0.25% isn't the highest APY out there, but it is much, much better than the national average, which is still currently at 0.05%. SoFi Money also offers what they call vaults, which are a way to kind of separate your money into different pools. For example, if you want to set aside $10,000 as your emergency fund, you can create a vault called Emergency Fund. Or maybe something more interesting like Oopsie Bucks. I don't know. These vaults earn the same interest as your main balance, but they can be configured so that if you accidentally overdraft with your debit card, the vault money will be ignored. As a result, your card will simply be declined, and the money in your vaults remain protected. But you can also set it up so that the money in your vaults can cover your overdraft. It's totally up to you. Speaking of debit cards, SoFi Money does in fact come with one, and it works just like any other card out there. One perk though is its cashback rewards. If you use your card to purchase things at certain online and local stores, you'll get extra cash back, usually around 4%. Which retailers offer these extra rewards changes often and is based on your location, so you'll have to check the app to see which ones you'd get. Maybe there are a bunch of delicious local restaurants in your rewards section. I don't know. I don't know where you live. It could be anything. Huh? Could be. Finally, to round it all out, SoFi Money offers physical checks that you can order, a nice bill pay feature that you can use right from the app, and joint accounts. These are all relatively basic features, but not every online bank has them, so they're very nice to see here. Coming up next is SoFi's newest offering, the aptly named SoFi Credit Card. The credit card offers a base of 1% cash back on all purchases, which is pretty standard, but if you have a SoFi Money account, Invest account, or a SoFi loan, everything changes. Well, not really everything, but if you choose to redeem your 1% cash back as a deposit into your money account, use it for funds to buy stocks, or use it to pay down your SoFi loan, SoFi will match it. This gives a total of 2% cash back when used in one of those 3 ways. Now, if you already have any of those 3 accounts, then SoFi Credit Card seems like a phenomenal value, and that's because it is. The card also offers up to $1,000 of cell phone damage and theft protection if you pay your cell phone bill with the card. Plus, if you make 12 months of on-time payments, SoFi will lower your APR by 1%. That last feature is nice, but it's only good if you're carrying a balance longer than a month, which I would never recommend. Just don't do it. High interest debt, cut it out. Lastly, the SoFi card has no annual or foreign transaction fees, which is great if you travel often. In short, the SoFi credit card is a great way to get cash back on all your purchases as long as you have another account with them. But if you do, 2% is a very competitive rate, and redeeming the cash back in more ways than just a statement credit certainly makes things more fun. Come on, cash back. Fun. The last stop on the SoFi spend train brings us to Relay, a tool for budgeting and tracking all of your finances in one place. If you've ever used Mint or Personal Capital, you're already familiar with the Relay concept, but if you have one or more accounts with SoFi, it can be a much more streamlined experience than the other tools like it. Once you link all your relevant accounts like your credit cards, banks, loans, and investments, you'll be able to see a snapshot of your spending habits as well as your assets. With all this information at your fingertips, you'll be able to easily see where you spend the most and how much you could save by cutting back in certain areas. This also gives you a great idea of your own net worth, which is a crucial metric for tracking your financial health. If you don't know your net worth, well, it's time to figure it out. See how much you're worth. To me, though, you're priceless. Relay also gives you super easy access to your up-to-date credit score, which is another great number to know. Basically, Relay gives you a very convenient zoomed out view of your finances. And if you know how you're doing, it makes it way easier to improve, whether it's reducing spending, paying debt, or saving for a big purchase. Now, I do want to briefly touch on the app experience SoFi offers. First of all, the website is very clean and easy to navigate, no matter if you're using a computer or a phone. But if you do download the app, the same clean and intuitive interface is bumped up a notch. And if you have multiple accounts with SoFi, navigating between them is a breeze. If you have the money account specifically, it couldn't be easier to deposit checks, transfer money to friends or your other accounts, pay bills, and even lock your debit card if it gets lost, all from your phone. So now that we have an idea of the many features SoFi offers, what about the downsides? Well, to be honest, there aren't many. SoFi spending accounts offer just about everything you could want in a financial platform: a checking account, wealth tracking, and a great credit card. The only thing that SoFi lacks is a good savings account. Yes, SoFi Money offers features that are kind of like having a savings account, particularly with vaults. But without the higher interest rates that many other online-only savings banks have, it's not quite there.
Missed it by that much.
Still, if you think of it like a checking account, it ticks just about every box. Of course, since it's online only, there's no good way to deposit cash, and there are no physical locations you can visit. But this is true of all the so-called neobanks, so I can't really fault SoFi for that. All right, let's wrap it up. As we've covered SoFi spending offerings, you may have noticed a common theme. On their own, each account is great, but where they really shine is in how they work together. Just like Voltron. Having all these in a single app makes things very easy to track and even easier to use. Granted, you may still need to have a separate savings account, but for all things spending, SoFi is one of the very best one-stop shops you'll find. The best part is that if you want to try SoFi out for yourself, then there's no risk in simply setting up a money account. If you want extra $50 for free when you sign up for SoFi, use the link in the description. Making money while opening an account. SoFi, you are so fine. If you found this review and info helpful, please like the video and subscribe for more money-related content on my channel, and follow me on Twitter where I post original content as well. And if you've ever used this bank for yourself, go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below, because I'd love to hear about your experience. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.